Alrighty. Guess it's good enough to start the stream. Looks like things are going pretty smooth. Got myself an espresso. Maybe I can get to working on some things. Got a few things in mind for today. Trying to get back into the swing of streaming. Move my little to-do list to down there in the corner. Got a few bug fixes for Firefox Color today. I've got an insult bot that lives on that uses ActivityPub, which is also the language that Mastodon and friends use. Mastodon, Pleroma, all that. I might get to that, who knows. If I get bored with that. I keep meaning to work on some tools for the stream. That's kind of a side project-y thing. Maybe some animations when I get people to follow and things like that. And just some general housekeeping. I think it sounds like a pretty good plan. I'm planning on stream for about 2 hours. Trying to get back into it at least once a week for 2 hours. Alright, so first thing I'm going to jump into, let me switch over to my desktop here. I've been having pretty good luck using this C9 IDE on Amazon. So I think I'm going to start off with that. Got a text message. Oh yeah, it's political season. I'm getting all kinds of political text messages. Anyway, let's see. What do I need to do? Okay, select the right version of Node, and it's Firefox color I want to work with. So, got 3 bugs that I want to look at. They should be pretty quick bugs, actually. It's worth going through them on stream. One of them is that images should anchor to top right by default. You know, actually, before I dive into the bugs, let me get the process fired up. So the nice thing about using this C9 IDE up in Amazon is gives my laptop a bit of a break, so my laptop can handle a lot of the streaming business. And this machine, which is an EC2 virtual machine out on Amazon's cloud, it can handle actually running my project. So I've been having some good luck with that. The one kink in things is that I have to do a funky download and install dance. Because so Firefox is part website, part Firefox add-on. If all I'm doing is working on the website, that seems to work well from C9. But if I edit the add-on, I have to download the add-on build. Is this thing going still in 2 windows? Huh. I think I accidentally just started 2 build processes. Maybe not. Well, you know, let's do this real quick. I'd like this shell to hang around a bit. I can watch it as I build. This is pretty nice. Cloud9 is pretty nice. I usually use Vim, but I'll make an exception for this. You can do Windows splits and run Unix shells and all this fun stuff. Okay, that's the right version of Node. I'm just in the wrong directory. So this is basically firing up the file watchers and build process for this thing. And it's going to start a web server up on an EC2 machine. And I start a copy of Firefox in a special profile devoted to this project, so that kind of clears the decks a bit. Oh yeah, and there's one other thing I need to figure out. It looks like I'm in some kind of loop where add-on validation keeps happening. You know, I'm going to disable that for right now. Because I don't really need to keep validating the add-on for now. That for now, or that, or that. Yeah, let's just comment this out for now. No, I'm in the wrong package JSON, aren't I? Yeah. Let's load that one. I've got several projects on Cloud9 now, so I keep getting confused about which projects are which. Let's stop this process real quick. Yeah, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna remove this validation step for now. There's a step in my build system that runs some like general linting and validation on the add-on that I'm building, and it seems to be in a file watcher loop right now. I'm gonna add that to my my notepad here to remember to fix. But I don't want to do it right now, because I think I've got some easy wins that I can do quick. Got that written down on my little list here. Alright. So I remove that from my my start script. Start up again down here, and I should see a little quieter build process. I guess what I'm curious about... So EC2 machines have this neat little private HTTP API, and if you make a request to this URL, you can get the public host name for whatever box you happen to be on. And that's really handy for things like setting up the host name for servers and knowing what host you need to connect to. So this is my browser that I'm going to be doing some testing in. We'll load up the site, so that's cool, the site's running. Now just to make sure I'm up to date, here's the weird little download dance I need to do. If I were running this locally, I could just reload the extension from this directory. But instead, and this is actually nice, Cloud9 not to do that, you can right-click any folder in your project and download a zip file of that folder. I'm going to save that. I'm going to open that. In my downloads straight. Wait, did it save it? Yeah, okay, it's a zip file. Extract that. While that's going, I'm going to flip to my next song, because we don't need to replay this. It's a much larger directory than I expected. That's weird. Anyway. Alright, so we got this. Okay. Now what I can do with this... I go to About Debugging in my my Firefox profile here, and I can temporarily install that build of my add-on. And the reason why this is handy is because otherwise, and you can see the add-on joins up with the website and will apply the themes from the web-based editor. And the nice thing about debugging is normally you have to get these add-ons signed in order for Firefox to install them. And that's just kind of a small security measure so that malicious add-ons are a little harder to force into your Firefox. But, of course, we don't want to sign every time we do a build and development. So this About Debugging page makes this easier. The only hitch is that every time I rebuild the add-on, I have to download it again from Cloud9. That is as opposed to what I do for the website, which is the website just tells the browser to reload it. It's a small hitch. I may figure out something different to do with it at some point, but luckily I think most of my fixes today do not involve the add-on. At least one does. Alright, let's look at what fixes I want to do today. We got 3 of them open in tabs. And then there's that 4th bonus one I just wrote down on my pad. Images should anchor to top right by default. Okay, let's tackle this one first because I think it might be pretty easy. When you're using the theme editor, you can pick a theme. Custom background's what we're looking at. And so when you're doing this, what I can do here is I can find some images, like say my head, and it tiles, but it defaults to aligning top left. Oh hey, thanks for the host, Jesse. Let's see, so the ask and the issue here. Oh, thanks for the follow, Silver Surfer Gorilla. Wow, a lot of folks. I don't think I've actually been raided before. I've heard there's this raid defense thing you should do, but I'm completely defenseless. I will show you one thing you can do on this channel, if it's still working. I have one bot so far, and if it's not dead, if I remember the command, there we go, my bot's not dead. So the one thing I've got on here so far is you can shoot off fireworks on it. Oh yeah, and I don't have yeah, thanks for the raid, Jesse. Have a good day too. I also have to play with my Nightbot config. I'm pretty new with that thing. Like, I think you can queue songs, but it's not going to do anything. Oh yeah, and Robert Tables, aren't you normally in Noobcat's stream? Thanks for the follow, Deadshot SA. I wonder if I can find... Yeah, Cloud Nice has been, Cloud Nice has been 9. No, Cloud 9 has been pretty nice so far. It kind of saves a lot of CPU on my laptop. So you know what? I'm gonna look and see. Let me do a manual song request here. Wonder if that's it. Yeah, maybe we can play that. Yeah, this is actually another thing I want to do at some point, is get song requests from a Twitch bot hooked into Chip Machine here. And kind of have it talk to chat. Right now it's just all manual. So what was I up to? Oh yeah, I'm trying to look at... So what I'm working on... Wow, I've actually got 20 views right now. I've never gone over double digits before, or single digits before. So welcome everyone. What I'm working on today, I should take a step back since y'all just joined. Hi, I work for Mozilla. I work on the Firefox test pilot team. And the project that I've been putting most of my time into lately has been this thing called Firefox Color. And you can find Firefox Color at color.firefox.com. And what it is it's an experiment in trying to make it easier for users to customize the colors in their Firefox. And you can use this today. We actually just did a new release of it that lets you do your own custom background images. What is color? You're from England. We do have an issue that was hotly debated about adding a U or not, because we also have Canadians on staff. But since we are chauvinist Americans, we dropped the U. But it's kind of a neat project. You can use it to customize the colors in your Firefox, and it's a website with a companion add-on, and the website sends messages to the add-on, and the add-on applies the theme. If you don't have the add-on installed, you can still play around with the themes, it just won't apply to your browser. And as a bonus feature, actually, because this is a web app, you can, as a Chrome user, play around with the editor. The themes don't work in Chrome yet or ever, depending on what kind of effort we can put into research on it. But you can play with the themes in Chrome. Oops, what did I just do? Did I just kill my music? I did not kill my music. I hit the wrong button. I'm playing around with a new keyboard too, so I'm totally screwing up all my keyboard shortcuts. But yeah, so you can play with the themes. Yeah, thanks for the follow, Viable Clan member. You play with themes in Chrome. They won't apply to the browser. And then there's one other nice feature that barely anyone uses, but I think is kind of cool, is you can share your themes by URL. So like all this garbage at the end of the URL here is a really ugly encoding of the theme. So you can trade themes back and forth just with hyperlinks, or you can paste them into forum posts and things like that. It's all just kind of a bunch of experimentation. And then, of course, our kind of little hook here is if you're playing with this in Chrome, we'd like you to download Firefox and apply your theme. But it works as a web app in Chrome. But what I'm working on today is trying to get a few bug fixes into the Firefox side of things. Yeah, we kind of go back and forth about what to do with themes, because we could do themes as easily as just a clearinghouse of URLs. But where this particular feature breaks down is, and this is actually one of the bug fixes I'm going to look into today, is you can add images to your theme. Now, you can do one of these kind of canned background images, or you can pick one from your desktop. I think I'm going to pick my head, because that's a pretty annoying background image. The problem now, though, is since I picked a custom image, share doesn't work anymore. We can't viably encode a big image in a URL to pass around. So one of the next things we're doing from here, and this is still a kind of a rough, unfinished feature, is you should be able to export your theme as a Firefox add-on. And that Firefox add-on should work independently from Firefox Color. And from there, we have this site called addons.mozilla.org, which is where you can get all your Firefox add-ons. So the export feature should allow you to dump out a fully independent theme add-on with all your images, and then you can submit it to the add-on site. So we do kind of have a place for them, but URL link will totally break once you shove a base64 image in there. It's weird. URL limits are weird. I think most modern browsers may even go up as large as 10K. But yeah, in the past it used to be like 255 characters for a URL. Hello, kitty. There will be cats on stream occasionally. Alright, so back to this thing. What I am actually looking to fix right now is that... Okay, this is the production site. Here's my dev site. So when I specify an image... Oh yeah, I can look at my bug real quick to refresh myself. I think I still have it. Do I still have that window open? Yes, I do. I gotta close more windows. My UI is getting cluttered. Kitty, please don't love on the microphone. Yes, hello. Close a few things. Cats can give you an infection that's proven to make you more likely to be involved in an auto accident. Ooh. Well, I'm probably okay because I work from home and I barely leave home, so I just won't drive anywhere and I'll have more cats. Alright, so the issue I'm looking at. Images should anchor to top right by default. Oh yeah, and by the way, Firefox Color is open source. You can go to github.com/Mozilla Firefox Color. You can follow along with development there. And my cat wants to type also. So default alignment for user images should be top right, not top left. Top right matches the default in the API. Okay, so what's being said here is that when I upload an image, I'm defaulting to top left, and we want top right, which is a subtle difference, but I think it matters. Yeah, it kind of matters, I guess, for some themes, because you can see, like, the repeating starts from its origin here, and we'd rather have it start from the origin over on the other side. So that should be pretty easy to fix. I'm trying to remember where I define that. Let's jump into the Cloud9 editor. I think the first thing I'm going to do here, let's check out master. Oh yeah, crap. I forgot I'm already on a branch with another feature I was working on. Well, let's just stash this real quick. I know what I changed, but... And actually also this branch just got merged, so... Let's stop the build for a second because this is going to be a bit of flopping around in files. Oops. I'm also very typorific. Okay, so that is... Where are we at on this branch? Yeah, so I actually just merged in the static theme export stuff, so... What do I like with Cloud9 over local Vim VS Code? I actually very much prefer local Vim more, but, kidding. I've been noticing since I started trying to do this live streaming thing, my laptop can either run my dev tools, or it can run my streaming stuff. So I've been trying to find a way to offload my CPU requirements somewhere else. So the nice thing about Cloud9 is I can devote most of my laptop resources to streaming and then throw the dev tools up into Amazon. I am looking to upgrade my laptop sometime soon, so hopefully you might see me go back to just Vim. But it is pretty nice because you can run this thing in the cloud and you pretty much pick up where you left off on any machine. Like I moved between this machine and a gaming machine in my living room. And I can just pick right up. Yeah, it might help if I had a hardware HDMI box thing. What that doesn't necessarily help with is if I do things like, oh, I don't know, flip between shells. Because I've got it turned off right now, but I do have like a little scene switcher that can flip me between windows. And lately I've just been sticking on desktop. Oh yeah, and the other thing too is since it's my laptop, and I'm doing all this work on my main laptop screen, there's actually no HDMI cable for me to plug into capture card, which is kind of frustrating. So, I've only been streaming for a few months, so I'm still kind of like figuring out things. I'm just got a ping from someone at work. I'm going to answer them real quick. Okay. Alright, so back to this thing. What am I doing? Oh yeah, I'm going to start a new branch. Whenever I start working on a bug, the first thing I do is I start a new branch, and I base it on the number of the issue. So this is what? This is issue 499. So I'm going to say 499 image. I don't know if it's nerves or what, but I really get typorific on stream. There we go. So now I'm starting a new branch. Since I work for Firefox, does it bother me that Chrome is better? Actually, no. So this is the funny thing. I do think Firefox is great. I think in a lot of ways Chrome and Firefox are neck and neck for quality and features. But the main thing at Mozilla, in my opinion anyways, is we want there to always be an alternative to all the other browsers. Because we want the web to win. We want the web to succeed. So if there's a browser that's better than Firefox, that's cool. And we'll try to make Firefox better. But we don't ever want to go back to the days of Internet Explorer being the only browser for the web. We don't want to go back to the days of the web being just one company's playground. So it's actually cool that Firefox and Chrome are like competing. And what's kind of inside baseball weird too is there are folks on the Chrome team who used to work on the Firefox team, and there are some folks on the Firefox team who used to work on Internet Explorer. So it's kind of a weird mix of people rotating around the industry. How do I deal with the unhealthy parts of not working in an office? That's a good question. Streaming is one I'm hoping to do to help deal with that, because I have no coworkers I have cats for coworkers. I don't leave the house during the day very much. I leave for lunch occasionally, but I try to talk to folks online. All my coworkers are on, I have a lot of meetings in video chat, so I talk to my coworkers a lot over video chat. Try to get out of the house every now and then, although it's not a natural thing. Also, the other thing too is just time boxing. Like when I've got an office here in my house, and I don't come into this room for much of anything other than work. So when I leave my office, I've left work, and I turn off the lights and everything and leave. Checked out Firefox with Xmonad. It's interesting. That sounds familiar. I don't know what that is. I'll have to look that up. Window manager. You know, I need to play with some tiling window managers more. The guys I work with, I think one of them uses i3. I think that's a tiling window manager. All right, so I made my branch. I'm going to restart my build process down here. Leaving work is the hardest thing to do. Yeah. And it's funny too, because I have a gaming PC downstairs, and I meant it to be just for gaming. And then I installed a bunch of dev tools on it. So now it's possible to do work on it also, which to my detriment. I try to do just side projects on it. Like i3, but we do double click. Oh, that's cool. So maybe like a few more cool affordances for focusing on things. Yeah, and the funny part is I installed the dev tools on my gaming machine to make games initially, and then I just started doing work on it. I've stopped doing that though. All right, so I want to remember, where did I put the code for specifying the default for alignment for this? Oh, I think I know where I put it. Oh, my music has been stopped for a while. This is bad advertising. Going from chiptunes and coding to just chiptunes, or just coding. There we go. Oh, there we go. Okay. So, I think I've got this themes module where I'm handling... Oh, I know what I forgot to do. One of my bugs actually involves the build process. And that one of my things goes into a file watcher loop. That's, okay, I think I got that restored. Start the build process again. Okay. So one of the things I do in this project is it's a website using React and Redux, and it's got a Redux data store that tracks all the properties involved in the theme. And of course, one of those will be, or a set of those will be these alignments. And I've got some code in here. Let's see, I've got themes equal. Also got normalized themes, and this ensures the theme data structure is valid to the best of our ability. And I want to say, yeah, here it is. Maybe this is the bug fix, as easy as this. So my initial default is left top. Maybe I can just make it right top. And I say maybe because I have Swiss cheese for brains, and whenever I start working on this project, I forget what I did 5 weeks ago. All right, so that's rebuilding, test passed, yada yada. Music stopped again. What is up with you? I'm just going to hit random on everything in the world. Let's see if we can get some more music going. Cool, let's go with that. So right top, build completed. Now this has React hot module loading, so I think that change might have already applied itself. Let's see. Where's my head? There's my head. Nope, it didn't. It's still left top. Let's try reloading. Back to custom backgrounds. Get rid of that. I need to make a folder of images that I can pick from. Oh, that did not fix this. Okay, so I might be specifying the default somewhere else. In fact, I probably am. I'm trying to remember where. You know where I might be specifying it is actually in the component that I'm using to add images. Let's close a few of these folders so I can see what I'm doing. Again, this is a React-based app. Here's all of our components, and the pattern we're following in this project is one component per folder, and the folder contains the all the assets directly related to that component. So, and this is the component I was working on a bunch over the summer, is theme custom background picker. So you can see here we've got like index.js, index.css, well actually index SCSS, since we're using Sass, and a bunch of icons that go along with it. Alright, here we go. Here is another default. So this is a case of, I want to say wet code, but it's definitely not dry, where dry means don't repeat yourself. So I've got this constant in two places. Not so great. I might want to dry that up, but let's see if this is the fix first. I save that, all my file watchers go into motion down here, yada yada. Why is my music stopping? It should go from one song to the next. Let's see if that does it. I might have to do another build on my music player. Alright, so did the fix already apply? Yeah, looks like the fix applied. Cool, so this is right top. And are my eyes deceiving me? Let me try it again. Different image. Yeah, okay, so I just fixed the bug. Yeah, right top. Cool. So, get back to my editor. We got another shell open here that is not running my build process, so I can do things like get status. Now, where did I change that all? I wish I could stop typoing. You know, part of it might be this new mechanical keyboard I'm trying out. It's got very, very light keys. Someday I should stream. You know, I've got a couple. I've had a couple IBM Model M's here, and I tried streaming with them once, and that was a nightmare because it's very clacky. But at least I don't typo as much because you are very certain when you hit a key on an IBM Model M. You don't just brush a key to make it actuate. You press the key. This keyboard's got a very light touch. I think it's more for gamers. Not as nice for typing. Alright, so I think these are my changes. And now that I'm looking at that, maybe I will dry that up real quick. Because I do have a common constants file. I'm trying to remember if I'm already using that file in these modules. So this one's using constants. I'll do a editor split real quick. So I'm looking for constants. And I'm just going to add a new constant real quick. Where's a good place to stuff it? Let's do it right here. That seems about right. Custom background default alignment. Custom background default alignment, and here's where we want to use that. Cool. Now the other place we want to use it is over here. I'm going to copy pasta this import statement real quick. We're using constant. We are using constants here already, so there we go. Yeah, and so where's our top right? We're just going to replace this hard-coded string. So I think that works. I see since I changed my window split, things moved around. Let me see if that failed linting. That did fail linting. Custom background default alignment not found in constants. Did I save it? Oh, I didn't save the file. Let's save the file and see if that makes my linter happy. Uh-oh. Unable to get memory uses from this instance. It might be running out of memory. Well, that's not good. Maybe I'm wearing out my welcome on Cloud 9. I think it's alright. Okay, so I passed tests, I passed linting. Let's close this split real quick. Maybe I need to restart my instance, I don't know. Alright, so here's my change. This feels a little drier, so I added a new constant, and I'm using this constant in 2 places. That feels a bit drier. Now the other thing I do in this project sometimes, if I remember the name of the command, did I call it format or pretty? Because there's linting, but then there's also automatic code formatting. And prettier is good at kind of enforcing our code format standards by just doing it for you. What do our changes look like now? I see, so it re-indented this a bit for me. That looks a little nicer. Alright. So I think this might be my first bug of the day fixed. Or first bug of the stream fixed. So. Now I can't remember, I think Cloud9 might have... Ah, it's using Nano as my editor. I hate this. Well, okay, I'll deal with it for now. Change default anchor for custom backgrounds to top, left, top. Fixes. And now this is why I use the issue number in my branch names, because I just remember it's right here, and I can say fixes 499. Save that buffer. I forget how to set the default editor for Git. Ah, this is what it is. Let me see. Git config global core editor. Let's set that to Vim. Okay. Hopefully that does it for us. Now, did I commit that? I did. That's why I'm puttering around with the editor. Okay, so I'm going to push that to my branch. Okay, that's pushed. And let's submit a pull request for that. It's a pretty simple fix. I always like to review it one more time before I submit it. Custom background default alignment, custom background default alignment, that all looks good. Yeah, it's a pretty small change overall. Cool. Create that pull request. See, we got some other pull requests. What other pull requests do we have? Ah, so here's another thing. Before I move on to my next issue, I'm gonna close these real quick. One of the issues with running a project that has dependency, like we do, is that your dependencies are always going out of date. And we've got this thing called Greenkeeper. I don't know if it's my favorite bot for this, but it will automatically submit pull requests to update your dependency libraries. Why are you still running? Get out of here. So, it's kind of a chore, but it's a chore I regularly do. Just to merge all these pull requests. Already heard this song today. Let's get to the next one. You know what, actually, I think I just ran through my whole favorites playlist. Let's shuffle some more music. I think it's when I do the random shuffle, it loses what I should play next. Let's try a different shuffle, actually. I'm going to shuffle this entire format. I don't remember this song. I wonder if it's good. We'll see. Okay. So for the most part, I can get away with just a quick glance at these dependency pull requests. Yeah. And in fact, on another project, we have the thing configured to only submit pull requests if there's a minor upgrade. Hi, do you want to meow into the microphone? And we'll ignore patches, but it passes our build, it passes our tests. What are the release notes? Do my due diligence. Yeah, this all sounds good. I'm gonna squash and merge that. Yeah. Update URL loader. Yeah, it's just a minor version. Look at the release notes. A couple bug fixes. And this is a nice feature of this bot, is it will submit the pull request with like all the details about the upgrade. So you can make a decision on whether you need to put it in as is or make any changes. But this all looks pretty good. Yes, I know it's getting close to dinner time, but you have an hour left yet. Oh, I know, you want to steal that thing too, don't you? Alright, and this is the last one. Another small patch. Hey, Slayer Darth, how's it going? cat is trying to help me today. For various definitions of help. See, I still have to babysit the music player. What keys am I hitting? I keep hitting the wrong keys for changing to the next song. Now what I'm hoping this cat doesn't do, which she does do sometimes, is this right here is my laptop. It's on a laptop stand. She will sometimes jump onto the laptop and try to nap on it, but it doesn't hold her weight, and so my whole desk falls apart. Hopefully you don't get to see that on stream. Okay, so that's merged. There was another coding streamer I watched a few months ago. I forget his name now, and I feel bad. He had a webcam on himself, and then I guess his dog would always curl up at his feet, so he had another camera under the desk pointed at where the dog always lays. So it was him and his dog. That was pretty cute. I should do something like that for the cats. Because they tend to have spots in the office that they hang out in. Except right now, this one hangs out right here and yells in my face when it's time for dinner. Alright. So I've submitted one pull request. I've closed 3. Time for the next issue. Might be Serpent AI? I haven't watched him in a while. Next, oh, I keep hitting the wrong key again. How do I do that? Oh, I know what it is. I think I'm hitting a hotkey in OBS or something instead of the hotkey for the music. Well, let's get back to my editor. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to spend some time troubleshooting this music player, because it's been... This is a newer build. This is actually an open source music player, and I've been kind of like tinkering with my own branch of it, and I think automatically advancing the song has been broken, which is kind of crappy. I guess I'll just keep babysitting it for a bit. Put GoPro cams on the cats. Don't think that that has been discussed in this household. My wife certainly wouldn't mind seeing that because she's kind of gaga for the cats. I mean, I am too. I had cats when I met her, so I'm actually the one who introduced her to cats. Alright. Did I lose my issue? I think I lost the next issue I was going to do. Maybe not. Let's look at our issues real quick. Well, actually, I do have this issue. Firefox color page wrongly turns blank after deleting all saved themes. Oh yeah? Okay. Let's see about that. I've got 4 saved themes. Actually, first, since I'm done with that branch, let me... switch back to master. Did I use a programming chat apply on her? No, she found me, and she told me that she ran her own dial-up BBS back in the day, so that was pretty much where she had me. Yeah, she pretty much pursued me and said all the right things. Just blank after deleting all saved themes. Okay, let's see about that. So I switch back to the branch. Here's my saved themes. I have 4 saved themes. You can delete saved themes by clicking this in the corner, which should be an X. I wonder if our icon broke. There should be an icon here. Looks like there is one. So she was bashing PHP and I was agreeing with her. Yeah, that kind of thing, you know. Oh, there's my X. Oh, maybe it just took a little while for the image to load. Alright. So here is the reproduction of the bug. No. I think that should have caused the bug to reproduce, but it did not. Well, there's no screenshot of the issue, is there? Okay, no, she did record a GIF of the issue. Save a theme. Okay, so the page goes blank. Maybe this is already fixed. Huh. But it is weird. Oh, you know what it might be? I'm wondering if... So this is on the production version of the site. I'm wondering if this is an issue that changes when I'm doing a local build. Let's see about that. Let's see if I can reproduce on the real site. Oh, yeah. I should probably get some more coffee. I've been streaming for about an hour so far. I've got another hour budgeted for myself today to go. I may pause at some point for a bio break and a coffee, but I'm not quite there yet. First, let's see if we can reproduce this issue. This is one of the neat features on Firefox Color, is a random generator. You can keep hitting this until you get something you like. Some of them are pretty funky. I think there's actually two color generators in here. One just picks a key color and uses different shadings, and I think another one picks complementary colors. You're going to attempt a new side project to gain some C experience. That's cool. You know, I have not played with C in any major way since college. That's a thing I should really refresh myself on. It's like one of those things I can drop back into when I need to, but I just haven't in a while. Save that. All right, so we just save that theme and we delete it, and oh, well, there we go. We just reproduced the bug. I'm sure there's an error. What do you know? There's an error. Now, the problem is, I don't think we have source maps deployed. Yeah, we did. Our source maps are broken right now. So I get this gobbledygook error. I might be able to figure out what it means. You're gonna try animating the James Bond gun barrel in ASCII. That sounds pretty cool. Why do I keep hitting the wrong key? I keep hitting the wrong key because it's a new keyboard. My muscle memory's not ready for this keyboard yet. Alright. Totally screws up my window order and my tab order. Okay, so I can reproduce. Now, can I reproduce in a local context? Oh, you know why? You know what's different between production and my local version? I know what it is. My local version has this extra little tab here. Also, the font sizes are different. That's weird. I wonder why that is. Huh. Well, anyway. I've also been watching Pink Panther films on Netflix. That'd be pretty cool. That seems like a complex enough project to get you to solve some problems, because you have to learn like the command sequences to make the cursor move around in the terminal and all that. Alright, so this extra tab is not present on production. I wonder... Let's go back to the editor. Okay, the command is not git stash poop. It's been years since I last saw that Pink Panther movie. Like the old school ones, I remember those. Alright, so what we're looking at... It's this tabbed interface that's given us a headache. And I think what it is when there are no saved themes, this tab goes away. Yes. When there are no saved themes, the tab goes away, and I think we jump to the next tab. But since that last tab doesn't exist on prod, we go to Nowheresville. How about we go to the previous tab? Okay, well let me find the code for this little tabbed interface. And I believe that is our browser Chrome? Well, let me step through this. Our app is where we start. This is the base component, the whole app. And we got a browser. Got... you know, I wonder if it's Theme Builder. And like I said earlier in the stream, I have Swiss cheese from memory, so I continually forget what I did 5 weeks ago. So I may have built some of this and I totally forget. Here we go. So, render theming section. Preset themes, colors, background, saved themes. So, what I think we're seeing here there's got to be some state here for what your current tab is. I did not build this stuff. Someone else on the team did. So I'm trying to remember exactly how he built it. Okay, so yeah, this is our culprit here, I think, or at least our difference. It's frustrating when there are differences between production and dev that cause issues, because you deploy and things change. And then you have to reproduce the production conditions on dev. But this is our thing. So if we run out of saved themes... So, okay, to back up. It looks like this particular component has a list of tabs. They are preset themes, custom colors, custom backgrounds. So, indeed, we have these 3 tabs. But on dev, we have 4 tabs because the debug constant is true. Therefore, we get a little extra tab. Okay. Now, how do we decide which tab is selected? Decide which tab is selected. With a next tab? No. We decide which tab is selected by way of... Not sure. The tab index? Tab list theme builder panel. Oh, do we have... I bet we have somewhere... Ha! Hit the right key this time. I bet we have something in the Redux store now, don't we? Theme builder panel, yep. So the tab is selected by using a Redux store index. Okay. I bet you. Here, I think I'm going to be able to reproduce this real quick like this. Quick hack, which will remove that debugging tab from my local environment. I thought I had, there we go. It's going to automatically reload. I didn't have to do that myself. Yeah, now that tab is missing. So I wager that I can reproduce the issue on dip. Okay. I thought I could reproduce the issue though. There we go. So I wonder why. Because I was unable to... Oh, you know what I think it is? So there's a weird thing happening here that I just noticed, and I'm going to see if I can reproduce the weird thing. So I have this custom colors. I add the save theme. I delete the save theme. The issue doesn't happen. But now it does. Okay, I don't know why. But I have a fix in mind. Because what I think it's doing, actually, this is the whole reason why I got it working on dev. Is because now I can do web console, and I bet there'll be a more sensible error here. Yeah, type error, tab list, theme builder panels, undefined, can't access property, blah 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 blah. Okay. Yes, we're going off the end. We're going outside the bounds of this array. Because we're missing... Like, we're on tab 4, but there's only 3 tabs since these 2 have gone away. Let's try this. And also I might be able to see... You know, so this is the thing, is I thought someone else on the team had already fixed this. Yeah, this is weird. Let's check theme builder panel. Does that actually get called anywhere? Oh, you know what it is. This does not, in fact, fix it. I see what they're doing. Okay. So another team member tried to fix this, and I don't think this is going to do the right thing, because in rendering, they run this little checker, and if we're outside the bounds of the array, change it in Redux. That's not going to work, though, because A, we don't want to do that in the middle of rendering, and B, I do believe that dispatching a Redux change is asynchronous, so the rest of rendering is going to happen, and we're going to run into the error. Alright. So I'm going to fix this issue. Just 1 second, though. I need to take a break for some coffee and a short bio break, so enjoy some tunes for just a second. And we're back. And I see the music kind of died while I was gone. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I think I might spend some time with this stupid thing tonight and see if I can't do something better. Why Redux over Mobex? Mainly because it's what other teams are using already at Mozilla. And we're kind of like converging on shared tools and shared approaches. But also because I have not used Mobex before. I should actually play around with that. I've got a longish list of things that I haven't played with yet that are in kind of the modern soup of JavaScript. I've played briefly with like a few other stores for React. I also keep meaning to play with some other frameworks altogether. Like I haven't done anything with Vue yet, but mainly Redux over Mobex just because it's what other projects are using. Which is kind of an unsatisfying answer, but oh, I see. This is pretty not dry here. We can fix that. Or some repetition here. So what I think I can do, rather than change actually I need to go. One of the kids, you can't hear it on stream, but the cats are having a tussle in the hallway. I'm gonna go check. Right back. Don't go. I'll be right back. And I am back again, and every time I walk away, the music dies, which is not optimal. You had one job. You had one job, chip machine. Okay, what am I doing? I'm going to dry this code up a little bit, because I see there's at least 3 places where we're using this thing. Get rid of this for now. Yeah, all right. So let's grab this. And I'm trying to remember. Do we use tab list in that way elsewhere? I don't think we do. Okay. So we're not going to do this. We should not be mutating or dispatching actions to mutate Redux state on every render. So that's straight out. And this is the thing that we want to dry up here. Now where is tab element? Tabs element. I see. Oh, we got a ref going on here. Okay. Okay. And this is an event handler. Okay, that's not the tree we want to bark up. Okay. So what we want to do here is say, I'm going to do something a little dirty here, which is... let's do this. Let's do this. A little bit more defensive coding, I guess. This feels dirty, but... I don't like this. What if we did? This kind of putting a constraint on that index. Still feels kind of dirty, but I wonder if this will actually fix the bug. So what I'm basically trying to say here is, if this variable has gone past the end of the array, constrain it to the length of the array. Oh, I hit the wrong key again. Dang it. Okay. And this doesn't need to be a let. And you know what? I'm going to take this and I'm going to put this particular variable closer to where the tab list is defined. Yeah? Okay. Let's make things a little clearer. So the current tab ID is the element of the tab list with an index of the current theme builder panel or the last element in the array, whichever is smaller. I think my logic is correct there, even though it's a little dirty. So the thing here then is if the Redux store has an invalid value in it, who cares? Because our rendering here will do the right thing. And so that will also dry up these 3 references to it. Right? I think. Let's see what my build process has to tell me about that. Is the linter is not happy. What did I do wrong? Ah, I said I did. One sec. Getting lost in my tab. So this is a downside of the Cloud9 editor. And this component pattern of an index.js in every component folder, they all just look like index.js when they're in here. I don't like that. I forgot a square brace. I think there might be a setting somewhere in the editor to like change what this tab says, but it's kind of unfortunate. Okay. Linter, are you happy with me now? Linter is unhappy. Why is Linter unhappy? Oh no, because I already found that problem. Default panel index is assigned a value but never used. Hmm. Maybe you want to be here? Let's try that. That's probably not right. You know where that actually belongs. That probably belongs on the store. Do we have a default in here for the store? Theme builder panel, we do have a default. So we probably don't need that here. Are you happier now, Linter? Building, 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 building. Tests pass? Lint passed. Okay. Let's find our browser. Now let's see if maybe we fix the issue. It's possible I reintroduced a different issue. Let's just go ahead and reload this. It is possible that I introduced a different issue, though. It's possible that I totally did something, that I broke something else. What did I break? That's just all kinds of broken. There it goes. That's not rendering it at all. Well, that's unfortunate. So I broke something else. Let's we'll check my change. Oh, and you know what? I never created a new branch for this. This is issue 488. Let's do branch 488 tabs bug fix. Oh, I see. I see. This doesn't use the ID. Yeah. I just assumed all three were using the same exact thing, but that one in particular doesn't use the ID. So, I overly dried things. So let's try again. Current tab. Just do this. So we're going to slightly moisten things here, but it's okay. And I really like calling code dry and moist because dry code feels nice, moist code is gross. This code is just slightly damp with the repetition. And if I've grossed anyone out, I'm sorry, but it's how I learn at a good level to fix my code in this way. Anyway. Build worked. No linting errors. Let's go back to our other browser. Loading, 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 and the tabs are not rendering. What did I do wrong now? I didn't accidentally change that to use ID also, did I? No, I didn't. Is the variable called current tab? Yeah, the variable's called current tab. Windows sucks, doesn't persist your command prompt history like on Unix. Yeah, I guess it doesn't. I don't use the command prompt that much. I tend to use Windows Subsystem for Linux. I just have never gotten into PowerShell, and I especially don't like cmd.exe. Alright, so what's going on here? Oh, derp. This is what's going on. Current tab is already an element from that list. Okay, that should fix it, I hope. That's the wrong window. There we go. This should fix it. Yeah? That did not fix it. Easier to run Vagrant and Docker from command prompt. Yeah. I will say though, you can actually no, it's actually pretty easy to run the Docker command line tool from WSL. You have to set up Docker to open a port locally. But you can run the Docker executable, like the Docker control command under WSL and tell it, like you give it like an environmental variable, like Docker host or whatever. There's a whole blog post about this, but you can have the Docker command line executable talk to the Windows host. I think this might be the blog post. Setting up Docker for Windows and WSL to work flawlessly. Yeah, here's the magical thing. You set up Docker on the host and you turn on this checkbox, and then under WSL you can configure Docker host. So you check that checkbox on the host, and then you can use this. Oh, you can't use Docker for Windows, only Docker Toolbox? Oh. Well, then never mind. Oh, yep, totally. You have to have Hyper-V enabled, and if you can't enable Hyper-V, then none of this applies. Because then I think Docker Toolbox still uses VirtualBox. Yep. Well, that's a bummer. Wait, did I just... Oh, huh. Oh, I just learned something. I didn't know. Oh. So I just learned a new shortcut in Windows by accidentally hitting the wrong keys. I didn't know that you could hold down the Windows key and hit one of the number keys to select windows or to select apps. Huh. Nice. Okay, well that's a shortcut I didn't know about before. Like if you hold down Windows and hit one of the number keys, you can switch between apps. That's the incorrect key I kept hitting to try to skip to the next song. There's lots of things I don't know about Windows these days. Okay. Question is, did I fix my thingy? So I knew you could do things like that in the browser. Like I think you can do like Control 1 and 2. Yeah, you can do Control. You can do Control numbers to change tabs in Firefox. I knew that. I didn't know you could do like Windows 1 and all that. Nice. I will have to keep that in mind for more efficient OS navigation in the future. Now, why is this still broken? I do use the task view quite a bit, as you can see. I've actually got a mouse button devoted to that, so I can hop back and forth real quick. Why is my music stopped? Again. Yo, dude, what is this? What is this? Open command prompt. Type a few dummy commands. You have something cool to show me? Let's see what we got here. I forget DOS commands. What was this other one? Type cd dot type. I've pressed F7 when on the command prompt? Okay. Oh! That's pretty cool. Ah, I'll have to remember that one. Like I normally don't just do whatever people tell me to do on the stream, but I'm pretty sure you weren't going to take over my machine or anything. This is a pretty cool tip though. This is awesome. I wonder if there's an equivalent of that for like Z Shell. I know you can just do up and down, and you can do Control R and reverse search and all that stuff, but that little GUI seems kind of neat. So I'm trying to print out what is the current tab. Oh, there's an error. What's the error? Why is there an error? What is the error? Objects are not valid as okay. Ah, bite me. Can't you just stringify it for me? Oh, you're a pain, React. Well, that was a silly song. Oh, I've been streaming for an hour and 41 minutes. The cats are still starting to go a little crazy behind me. I've probably got about 20 minutes left before I sign off. There's my favorite Arkanoid. When number doesn't seem to switch like Alt-Tab, it toggles minimize, maximize. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know that I usually want to minimize, maximize, like I don't know, heck, what? Did I guess the Windows? No, I'm not even guessing the Windows correctly. It also only helps for like the first. It's vaguely useful. It's not doing exactly. It's not. I'm not wrapping my brain around it. Win 0. Huh. Oh, I'm hitting Win 9. Never mind. Okay, so I just want to see what is the value of current tab. I need to get another webcam in here so I can point it at the cats when they start doing obnoxious things. And also you can't see the rest of my office. To my right here is a bunch of old 80s computers, and the cats are currently using them as a cat tree. That seems right, but I'm missing something, obviously. That seems... No? No, those... I'm totally confusing myself now. Oh, derp. Derp, derp, derp. What am I doing? That should be there. Kitties. My brain is melting. No, don't eat that cat. See, this is where the natural end of the stream comes up, because the cats eat, normally, 10 minutes from now. And this is when they start knocking things over in the office until I feed them. My hours, my time is limited right now. My days are numbered. Okay, so what I tried to change, current tab, and, no, I just confused myself. All three of these do use ID, so... Yeah, alright, let's do this. But I swear this is the way I had it, and it broke. But I think I know what I did. Thank you. I don't need tab completion when the expression is in fact complete. There. Yes? Yes. Current tab ID, current tab ID, current tab ID, current tab ID. Yes. Yes. You are fixed now, yes? You are fixed. Excellent. You are fixed now. So, I will save the theme. I will delete the theme, and the error is corrected. Okay. Yes. Although this is weird. You know what I really need to do? I think this is what I need to do. Haven't managed to persuade household members that feeding cats whenever they ask is a bad idea. Yeah. Yeah, that's a bad idea. Ours do at least know when mealtime is, and the bargain is that they do not well tolerate variations in it. Well, the main benefit of having a set feeding time for the cats is that it's a time when I can stop whatever I'm doing and feed the cats, and also we only feed them a certain amount, like 3 times a day. And we feed them all together, because we have 3 cats. We feed them all together, so that's a good ritual for them to be friendly with each other. Yes. This is going on in real time right now. Thank you, Smurf Teasy. You can't see them, but this is going on right now. And yeah, when I first got cats, back when I was a lonely bachelor, I just filled their food bowl. And I just left their food bowl full at all times. And they got very large. The cats got very large. And they had to go on a diet. So I learned that lesson. Wait, there's another current tab index down here. What's going on here? Let me change my names a little bit. I had to put them on the kitty treadmill. Something like that, yeah. So what I want to do here is replace all further reference to this variable below. Can I do that with in this IDE? I want to search for theme builder panel, replace with selected tab index, is that what it's called? Did I call it that? Again, brain of Swiss cheese, I forgot what I just typed. Selected tab index, yes. Yeah, so if you have 3 cats to get fed on demand, you end up feeding cats about a dozen times a day, yes. If we feed them all at the same time, that's all 3 cats fed at the same time, and it was very useful when we got the youngest of the 3 as a kitten, because they got to all know each other as the pals that hang out at the food bowl, and since they all got fed, there wasn't really any, like, resource hoarding or what do they call it? There's a term for it. There's where, like, an animal will growl if you reach for its food, even though you're the one that gave it to them. But you get them used to eating with each other and all having plenty. There's wrap around, there's whole words, there's match case, regular expressions, search selection. Search selection. Place all. Cool. Let's see, what did I break now? Okay. I've got a selected tab index. I don't want the rest of this code to use this redux property at all. I want it to use my constrained value. There we go. So, selected tab index equals index. There we go. Okay, so I replaced with this derived value, but that right there is not the search and replace I wanted to have happen. You got a oh, so you did find a way to append history. That's interesting. It's my on-click handler. There we go. This fix has turned out to be a much bigger pain than I expected it to. Alright, so a lot of changes. Most of them are just copy-pot or just search and replace. Run a batch script every minute and append session history. Oh. Nice. Okay. So what I'm doing here is trying to constrain the selected tab index used by my GUI here, so that if it goes off the end of the rails, it's shoved back onto the rails. Let me see if I actually fixed it that way. No linting errors. Go back to the browser. Okay. Let's save the theme. The theme is saved. Now what should happen is when I delete this, it should, there we go, automatically selects the final item in the list. That's what I wanted to have it do. There we go. Okay. So I think I fixed this issue. Just in time, because I think I'm going to sign off in about 7 minutes from now. And feed these cats. And possibly work on dinner of our own. Because it is 5 p.m. here in my time zone. You know what, actually, I am not including those 2 changes. I am just including these. Hey! I think next time I'm gonna try a heavier keyboard and see if it'll solve some of my typos. I'm just fat fingering and matching keys all over the place. Okay. Oh. There's one other change I gotta take out. That's inadvertent. That is not intentional. That was just to temporarily disable this development feature because it was masking the problem. What else do we got? What else do we got? We don't need this. Okay. So this is kind of a correction for the previous correction. And I think my dev instance... what is going on with this? Unable to get memory usage from... Might be running out of memory. It could also be my internet connection. One more search through. Just reviewing the changes I'm about to submit in a pull request. I've got this code here. It's a little hacky. I don't know that I love it. But it's constraining the tab selection. I'm getting rid of this because this didn't quite do the right thing. Because we don't want to call something that mutates state on every render. Or that dispatches a redux action on every render. And I just renamed this theme builder panel to selected tab index, which is our constrained value. And I just did like a search and replace. And this is using my dried up code. Okay, that all looks good. That all looks good. Now, what is the bug that we're fixing? Yeah. Bug fix for selection, tab selection past end of tab list. I'm just going to call it that. Oh, you know what? I wanted to put that magic keyword in there. So, this is going to be my second issue fixed for the stream. And this is nice. Lately, I've noticed GitHub has been sending this little extra bit of info when you push to a pull request branch. And so, I'm going to review it one last time here before I submit. I feel like Windows is not like a native place for command lines, although PowerShell fans would have you think otherwise. But I know at least part of my thing is just memory, because I've been using Unix shells for 30 years now. Cat. Okay. I'm going to review this pull request, or I'm going to review this submission, and then I think I'm going to sign off. I've gotten a few things done today. So just to re-review what I just reviewed in my editor. I'm constraining the selected tab index. I'm getting rid of this because I don't think this quite worked. Dispatching actions from render is not super handy. Rename this to select tab index as just my constraint value. Dried that up. Okay, looks good. Let's create that pull request. So I just created 2 pull requests on stream, closed 3. And I think that's probably a decent time at work. Alrighty. Okay, well I think that's going to be it for me for the stream today, because, again, this is happening. And, yeah, the cats are knocking over things off camera, so I'm gonna go feed them. I'm trying to get back into this at least once a week. So at least once a week on Wednesdays for about 2 hours, about 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern time. I might try to do it again on Friday. There was a time when I was doing it Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and that was too much. And then I went on vacation and didn't stream for like 6 weeks. I'm going to try to do Wednesday at least. I might be back on Friday, we'll see. But for now, I think this is going to be it for me today. Thanks to everybody that came by. Thanks for anybody who's still hanging out from Jesse Skinner's stream. And he sent a raid my way. He's got a great stream. If you haven't checked out Jesse Skinner, you should. He's a little guy. I've sat on his streams a bit. Go check Jesse out sometime. He's doing some cool web dev stuff. Until next time, cheers, thanks for the follows, thanks for the views. Oh yeah, and at some point, I'm gonna start up a Discord server, I guess. So if anybody wants to talk to me off stream, I'll have that up at some point. I think it's kind of silly, but it seems like everyone does that these days, so I'm gonna look into doing that. Anyway, until next time, see ya, cheers. If I can find the stop button right